Welcome to the next episode of
GameSwift Townhall.
Welcome everybody. Today we are having Steven from Decimated. He's the CEO. Welcome, Steven.
Hey guys, thanks very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to meet you. And we'll be talking, initially we'll be talking about your game actually. So this is something that we would love to start with.
And because after there are the rumors that tomorrow there might be some huge announcement between Decimated and GameSwift. So we would like to introduce you to our community. And you're actually our first ever guest, like from outside GameSwift team. So happy to have you here
nice.
And introduce to the community.
Cool, thanks. I really appreciate the fact that you've invited me here to speak and to present the project. So yeah, it's great to meet everybody.
Perfect. So we would love to know something more about your game. So if you could introduce what is Decimated and tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So Decimated is an open world survival role-playing game, very similar to DayZ and Arma Wasteland, but in a cyberpunk world. So we've been, for the last few years, building a massive open world with a kind of Mad Max and Rage 2 inspired world. And players can choose whether they want to play a number of factions, including Human Citizen, Cyborg Cop, or Wasteland Marauder. You can explore the map in various different types of vehicles. We've got combat systems, we've got parkour systems, we've got jetpacks, and we also have a Web3 economy as well. We started this project back in 2018, but we were really kind of like a self-funded indie project for the first few years. It wasn't until 2021 that we finally raised through a token sale with a Solana token called DAO. And so for the last 2 years, we've been deep in production on the alpha version of the game, which we just launched in closed alpha in December 2023. So we're inviting people to come and play test the game through our Discord channel to give us some feedback and help us find bugs and things like this. And also to let us know how they feel about the vehicle physics, about the weapon balancing, etc. And then as we roll in the economy as time goes on, we'll also be gathering feedback from the players to see what they like the most in the game.
Perfect. Nice. So you're actually developing the game in there are many years. You said to
6 years.
6 years? Is it 6 years, right?
Yeah, I started the company back in 2018, and I was self-funding a prototype of Decimated way back in the early days. So if you check on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Decimated video game, you can see way back 2018, 2019, we had a prototype of a kind of deathmatch arena where players would kill each other for crypto. So people would play the game, and then anytime you got a kill, you would get one token from the player that you killed. We then extended this out into a kind of desert environment. We have a couple of desert maps that we developed in Unreal Engine 4. But that was really kind of just like bootstrapping the project. We were developing a pre-alpha version of the game to try and raise capital for the game. So we were speaking to investors and publishers in the traditional game space as well as the Web3 gaming space. But nobody was interested at that time. I think we were just way too early. It wasn't until 2021 we'd actually given up trying to raise capital for the project because we thought that nobody was interested. And then out of nowhere, everybody was interested because of the success of other projects like Star Atlas and Illuvium. A lot of investors were looking for the next big thing. And they knew that we'd been grinding for many years on Decimated, and we had an actual working prototype. We had an actual game that you could play. I think that from 2021 and 2022, that's when we got serious with the project. We scaled up our team to 55 developers. We switched over from Ethereum over to Solana, which is obviously a much more a faster and more scalable blockchain to work with. And we also got serious with our art production and our pipelines, our procedural pipelines, and everything else that goes along with it. So I would say that even though we started the project in 2018, we didn't really get started in a professional capacity until 2022, the beginning of 2022. Yeah.
Okay, so when you initially started working on the game, it was like initially designed for the Web3 space, or at the beginning it was like more designed for the Web2, and then after you actually converted to the Web3? If you could tell us more about this behind what was behind the scenes there.
Yeah, and one more thing, because I'm guessing that starting from 2018, it was really hard to think about the Web3 at that time, as like the first ever smart contracts on Ethereum have been introduced 1 year earlier. But I'm rather thinking how Web3 is like boosting your gameplay? How are you introducing Web3 elements into this like masterpiece?
Yeah, so I mean, the game from the beginning was always designed to be a Web3 game. And as I mentioned, we previously used Ethereum back in 2018, 2019 with our Kill for Crypto gameplay mode. That was basically just like a deathmatch arena where players would earn 1 token every time they got a kill. And that was developed in Unreal Engine 4. But yeah, we were kind of sitting on the fence with whether we were going to use Web3 tech or not. And that was basically because of the lack of interest that we had from traditional gamers and investors and publishers in the traditional game space where we actually come from. I mean, our team have worked on a lot of AAA games in the past, including World of Tanks and Ghost Recon Wildlands, Just Cause 4, Cyberpunk 2077, 2K Games Evolved, etc. So we've basically taken all of our experience to work on this project. But it was always designed to be a Web3 game. And then, like I say, in 2021, when we raised capital, we decided that we weren't going to use the Ethereum blockchain any longer because it was too slow and too expensive, even back then. So we decided to switch to Solana at the end of 2021. And then in 2022, we developed some decentralized applications like a claim portal for the investors and some of the launch pads that we did launchpad sale on. And we also had staking pools set up as well. And at the moment, we have custodial wallet functionality in our website, which is being launched with the marketplace in the next few months. And we also have custodial wallets synced up to Microsoft PlayFab. So we're still a traditional Web 2 game, but we do have Web 3 functionality where we accept our tokens as payment for in-game items. And we also have profile pictures. We're doing an NFT drop of our profile pictures this year as well. But we've decided not to use NFTs inside the game. We're just going to have token utility. The project has kind of pivoted quite a lot over time. Essentially, we just have an in-game currency that's used for all of the in-game transactions between players and also between the marketplace and the players as well.
That's cool. That's cool. And I would love to also ask you, like, how do Web3 elements enhance the gaming experience, and what do you think are the biggest benefits that Web3 brings to your players? Because as you're mentioning that the Web3 was initially implemented into the game, like from the very early stage. I'm curious, like for that, if you could tell us some details for that.
Yeah, so we've decided to have a reward system for players that are playing the game, and we have leaderboards inside the game so that people who are doing different types of missions, whoever completes the most amount of missions or gets the most amount of NPC kills or player kills, whoever drives the most amount of kilometers or wins the most amount of races, in each of the leaderboards, we'll issue rewards of our virtual currency to their wallet, their in-game wallet, so then they can choose whether they want to spend it inside the game or stake it, or maybe they want to take it out of the game onto their private wallet, for example. So essentially, yeah, I mean, we're making a traditional game as much as we can, and we want to attract traditional gamers as much as possible as well. But rather than having a system that issues tokens automatically in the back end, which is quite a high risk process, we rather have people play a game that then we have the leaderboard system, and then we reward the best performing players. We think that's the most risk-free way to do things. And this is how other projects are doing it as well. We've noticed as well. It's what they call play to airdrop. So we're doing something like this.
Yeah. So there will be airdrop. Actually, this is confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, there will be airdrop for people that are actually participating inside the ecosystem and who are playing the game.
I just confirmed one alpha, guys. So good. Yeah, I would love to also ask you a little more about the future development plans. Are there any features or gameplay elements that you're particularly excited about introducing in the future? If you can tell us something more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that over the last couple of years, that's where we've really been laying down the foundations of an open world survival game. So right now we've got obviously the health system, hunger, thirst, and the blood level as well. So if you get shot, you can bleed out. And then you can bandage yourself. You can take blood packs to restore your blood level. This year, we're also introducing the revival system. So you don't necessarily get killed every single time that you get shot. You could just get knocked unconscious. So other players, medics, or they don't even have to be medics, but medics can actually heal players faster than traditional players. But there will be the possibility for you to play with your friends, team up, create little kind of TeamSpeak or in-game voice chat channels with your friends, so then you know where each other are and you can team up and do missions together. The mission system is obviously one of the most critical parts of the game that we're adding this year. So at the moment, there's very, very few missions that you can do, and those are kind of like going to certain locations on the map, killing NPCs, and then gathering loot and being rewarded for it. So we're planning to introduce a lot more types of missions. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, maybe not totally, because I think your voice and screen was freezing, like at least from my side. Maybe Maverick on your side.
No, from here it was fine. It was okay.
Good.
So we're introducing a whole different a variety of different types of missions that players can do, which will be going to certain locations and gathering loot from a certain location, killing NPCs, transporting convoys of cargo. So we're going to have two types of mission for this. So there'll be one team of players that'll be transporting the cargo from point A to point B for a reward at the end, and another team of players whose job is to sabotage that convoy. We also have to plan to have convoys where you can rescue prisoners or you can assassinate prisoners as well, and cool. Stealth missions, that kind of thing. So yeah.
That's very interesting. Pan, and like between the words, because you said that you might have some interrupts with the internet. I'm very happy with that. As for the tomorrow tournaments, I hope you will also have some interrupts with.
No. don't.
Because we are playing tournaments tomorrow with Pan, so
don't take it for granted, Maverick. But I'm starting to have some suspicions, because I'm sitting in your previous office, so you might still have the control over the internet here, and this could like. I'm like afraid that you are going to sabotage me, but still.
Has some invoice, but I forget about this invoice. So.
Okay, that's the case. Okay. But I think, Steven, that once you mentioned one magical word, which is airdrop, our chat probably started to get on fire. So we need to dig a little bit more into that. So I'm guessing that tomorrow we are going to announce in like official integration between Decimated and GameSwift. Your game should be available on the launcher or shortly after. So do you think that people that what those people willing to get exposure for your project, what they need to do, whether they need to download the game, test it, or is it some additional activity required?
So at the moment, there's no real requirement to come and playtest Decimated other than joining our Discord channel and then leveling up so that then you're an active member of our community. For the closed alpha in December, we basically only allowed the higher tier, the level 25 veterans of our community in to playtest the game. But now what we're doing is we're lowering the tier every couple of weeks so that we can invite more people in to playtest the game. We're also bringing in influencers as well as investors and publishers and that kind of thing. So I would say that if anybody wants to come and playtest the closed alpha, which will be open for quite a while longer until we open it up to the general public, then joining our Discord, that's discord.gg/decimated. There's no way to fast track. We don't have like any kind of system where if you buy tokens or maybe once we do our NFT drop, it's not a requirement to have an NFT. These are all kind of like cosmetics, and the tokens that you buy will be to spend inside the game. So if you like what we're doing, you can buy the tokens early, but that's really up to you guys,
Okay, obviously nothing here is the financial advice, but still happy to explore your in-game economy. Perfect.
Nice. Actually, this is very, very interesting because like you are also working on a game like from the dates where it was tough on the market and it's was very tough to survive, and now it's like the prime time actually of Web3 gaming. So it's good to have like the best survivors on board,
Yeah, and maybe let me ask about it, because I'm guessing because we experienced this also ourselves. the bear market was very tough. I think a lot of your developers, employees might start to have some, way of thinking that maybe we are in the wrong place. Maybe you also, as the founder, had a bad time. So how did you survive the bear market, and how did it make you stronger?
I mean, we are survivors, and we've been built. This is the second bear market that we've been through. I mean, I first started this project as I said in 2018, and that was right after the last Bitcoin crash. So it was impossible to raise money around that time, and it was even harder to raise money for a project that nobody really believed in, because it was a gaming project. A lot of people at that time were only interested in banking and DeFi and tokenizing assets on the blockchain and things like that. And when I was going to conferences and trying to raise money for the project and just increase our brand awareness for the project, I felt like I was the only person in the industry that was talking about Web3 gaming. I mean, around that time, that's when I met up with the guys from Axie Infinity and the Sandbox and Mythical Games, and we were all in the same position. We were all getting started around that time. Those guys obviously went on to huge success, but I was left to kind of self-fund my business through that last bear market. And then, of course, we were lucky to raise during the last bull run at the end of 2021. There was other projects that were getting a lot of attention, and I think that we were able to benefit from that hype. And from my perspective, it was like, finally, people are starting to realize that Web3 gaming is the future. I didn't think that it was going to completely revolutionize the games industry, but I thought that it would just be a new type of game that would attract quite a wide audience and a growing audience as time goes on, And then, of course, after we raised, then the markets all crashed again. But thankfully, we'd raised capital, and we'd raised enough money for us to have runway for 2 years. So yeah, I mean, we've been really hard at work, and we're seriously dedicated to this project. I mean, we're survivors. There's been times where we've had to scale down the team, and times where we're not sure how long things are going to last. But then we either raise more capital, or things go really well with the markets, for example, and it just gives us confidence. It gives us more confidence. When we have like an injection of new people coming into our community, when people start talking about us on YouTube and social media, when we get an influx of people following us on Twitter, it just gives us more encouragement to just keep on building and keep on working on the project. And now that we've got people actually playing the game, I mean, external market forces, yes, they can affect your mentality. They can affect how you feel about, what you're building and how you're working on it. But I mean, we're determined, and at the end of the day, making games is really, really difficult, and we understand that. We've done it loads of times before. So working on a game like this, you just got to bunker down and just get on with it, and just work through the hard times, because the good times will be coming, So yeah, I mean, it's like peaks and troughs with these kind of projects, It always happens. You just got to prepare for the dark times and appreciate the good times, So and I think that right now, things have been good for us over the last few months, which has also given us a lot of confidence as well in what we're building. The fact that people really love what we're building. People play the game and they really enjoy it. And it's still early. It's still alpha. It's like we're not even finished, guys. And like people still really love the game already. So that's what keeps us going, is like the passion from the community. And the fact that it's not just us that are building the project, but it's everybody in the community that's behind us that are supporting us and trying to get more people to hear about what we're working on. It's definitely it's motivating,
Yeah, that's good. And how big is your community right now? I mean, players. Like, how many players are actually playing the game? How many players you can
or testing? Because you mentioned that not everybody is allowed to.
Yeah, we've issued about 200 Steam keys, and we've got about 26,000 members in Discord, 60,000 followers on Twitter. But yeah, we only issued 200 Steam keys, and that's to our veterans, investors, publishers, and some influencers as well. So CryptoStash, Goatfather, Hustlepedia, and some other guys, they've been playtesting the game and talking about us quite a lot recently. So yeah.
Cool.
And do you plan any runs to be opened soon? Like, have you finished your fundraising, or do you have some maybe some private or seed runs still ongoing?
Yeah, so we have an investor relations manager that's working with us, and we've got a 5 million raise target. We've been offered 6.4 million already for this current raise. So we're still accepting offers from other investors. And in fact, I've been in Bangkok and Dubai pitching the project at various conferences just to kind of get some more people involved and investor interest. But yeah, I mean, we're still in the middle of a raise. We don't actually need to raise capital, but having a treasury would mean that we can hire more developers, hire more senior developers. We can be more aggressive with marketing, and we can also start working on our second games that we've got planned right now that are more kind of 90s retro style games.
Okay, that sounds super cool. The reason why I am like trying to a little bit push you in the direction of the seed or private round is the fact that we decided as the GameSwift to start offering some exclusive deals for our community to have access to some form of early stages or mid stages of the funding rounds, and I think that's a super win-win scenario, as our community is the community of gamers. So you as the project founder, you have like high probability that those people are going not only to dump your token like many other corporate investors, but also to actually use it as your ending users. So I don't want to promise anything, but after the stream we are trying to speak with you about it, Steven, and also let us know under the comment whether you as our community are interested in this kind of deal.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I think that having the community as your backers is definitely valuable, rather than just having whale investors, of course. But of course, bringing on strategic investors is also valuable, because we're looking for investors that can help us with brand awareness, maybe publishing in certain territories, listing on bigger exchanges, for example, and yeah, bringing expertise to help us with the later stages of development. Yeah.
I already start to see the fire on chat that people are like very interested. So this conversation needs its continuation. Yes, but I came to the additional conclusion that I asked you about how did you survive the bear market, but that was a silly question, because at the end of the day, your game is a survival game, so you need to be survivors. Yeah. so
totally.
We are all survivors, guys. We are all survivors. If we are talking here like after this bear market.
Perfect. I think we can finish at this point. One maybe final question is, if our committee wants to dig in, know more about your game, where we can find you, except your Discord, what kind of channels are you using for the communication with community?
So yeah, people can check out our website, which is decimated.net. You can subscribe to our newsletter there, and in the next few months we'll also have a user registration system there, so you can create a user profile and set up a custodial wallet and start integrating with messing around with the marketplace. Also on Twitter, we're very active on Twitter, so that's twitter.com/decimated_game. As I mentioned before, discord.gg/decimated. Those are the three main places where we're posting updates and where our community are quite active. We're also running Zeely campaigns as well, so we can get people engaged with the community and earn rewards. So yeah, that's where to find us.
Perfect. Our special guest for today was Steven, the CEO of Decimated. Thanks for coming to us. And I need to reveal that some people even started to copy paste their wallet addresses on the chat, seeking for the special run. So we are going to speak about it later on. Thank you one more time, and let's keep in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
All the best.
Maverick, okay. I've got a personal question to you.
Personal question for me?
Yes.
What is the question?
Because people in the chat, and that's not one comment, but at least a couple of them started to discuss whether you are worried, because you looks worried, and
looks worried, guys. Looks worried.
Yeah. Some people are speculating that maybe you are training in the meantime for our tomorrow match, or definitely you are doing
because I would feel bad, if I will beat the big CEO of GameSwift like tomorrow. So I feel a little bit worried for that. That's true. That's true. But yeah, you got me. You got me. I really feel worried about that.
So you are worried of beating my ass, and as my friend, you are like trying to be fair. Okay.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
So sorry, guys, if you are seeing that on my face. I really try to hide that, but I tried, but I can't actually, as I see. Tomorrow's the big match, right? The big match.
Yes, we are going to have the direct duel between each other. So please, for those who are like having no better plans for tomorrow, we are going to have our official stream. The last one was like very well appealed. People were, even though that you've been basically talking for 2 hours, this came as a surprise, but still people like love to listen to Vito Dorito and Yoda and our new hosts. So tomorrow we'll finally play.
Do you have your team already for tomorrow?
Yes, yesterday I joined StarHeroes Discord, started to watch some voice channels, and I started seeking for teammates, and that was funny, and this shows the strength of StarHeroes community, because I randomly joined one of the voice channels where maybe maximum 5 people were there, and suddenly 50 people appeared there, starting to listen to our conversation. And that was a very easy recruitment process for me, because suddenly I had like a lot of people willing to play with my team. So you need to be worried for tomorrow.
Yeah, I was also there like yesterday, probably like somewhere 20 minutes after your presence on the Discord, and we were also talking about that with the community. Yeah, they are very hyped about that, about tomorrow's match. I'm also very hyped.
We'll see. So tomorrow everything will be ready. We'll find out what is the final score. But let's get back to the agenda, guys. I think we need to speak a little bit about the burning, because this stream will be extremely hot.
Yeah. So maybe like the first question about the burning, if you can tell us something more, because we saw that like summarizing of that campaign for the burning of the airdrop. So if you could summarize and how you are seeing it. I was about one option for that, but let's reveal some details and let's summarize that, Ben.
Okay. So like we need to speak a little bit more about the burning, because like, what can I say? You are the community of the crypto degens, and even though we tried to convince you on the previous town hall that maybe it's worth not to burn everything, but maybe create some gaming fund to support some esport tournaments, you still decided to burn everything. And it's worth like more than $7 million. So I've checked some statistics, and I need to admit that this is going to be the second biggest burning on the Arbitrum chain, which is like one of the biggest chain of in terms of TVL in the whole space. So definitely it is a big event, and I can confirm that in the meantime those tokens have been burned, and you can expect some special announcement on Twitter. Maybe even now some tweet will be revealed. So yeah, you're the degens, and that's also the beauty of decentralization, because at the end of the day we gave over the power from us as the project founders to you. Now it's GSWIFT stakers to decide what to do with our treasury, with our like unclaimed airdrops, and I think this is a perfect showcase of the governance utility of the GSWIFT token. How powerful is that? Because if you go to our website, it's more than $300 million on the smart contract sitting ready for you. Soon 10% of the StarHeroes total supply will be also added to this treasury. So GSWIFT stakers have a really big power as they are governing like one of the biggest treasury in the DeFi space, and definitely the biggest in the Web3 gaming space. So I think that's the lesson for all of us, that we cannot underestimate, underappreciate the nature of governance utility.
Yeah, that's true, and this is like the beauty of the decentralization, as you mentioned. You know, because like some of us actually were bullish about the option with creating some gaming fund, etc. But this is like the beauty of decentralization, the beauty of like power in the hands of community. Like this is great. This is like the real DAO, the real decentralized autonomous organization. So you know how it's revealed, and maybe let's go forward with the next questions, because it's actually one of the biggest last burnings that we've made with GameSwift. So
Actually,
also
second biggest on Arbitrum, so that's crazy.
second biggest on Arbitrum. So as SPARTA Airdrop, if you can tell us something more about that, because we know as more and more projects are coming to the GameSwift infrastructure, they're also building the GameSwift treasury. This is something that we were talking about lastly, and like with the next projects, maybe we can also wait for some great announcements, great updates about that, so that these projects can also share the portion of the total supply to create a whole GameSwift treasury, like together with this whole beautiful ecosystem. So if you can tell us something more about the SPARTA incoming airdrop, because like this is the first one that we created this treasury, Pan, how it works.
Yes, so like there are two major things around the airdrops. So the snapshot for the first one has been made, and this came as the surprise. Like for those who like unstake their GSWIFT tokens for the anticipation of the GS Pay second edition, like don't worry, because this airdrop wasn't planned to be distributed towards the standard stakers. I mean the airdrop of the Sparta. That's something like totally. Basically, what we wanted to do is to reward the people who trusted us, who like filled the GSPay as the first adapters, and we like to like provide our community with positive surprises. So this is why we wanted to do it even before the first let's say the second edition of the GSPay. But for those who missed it, don't worry. Like Maverick, I need to ask for something. There is some background voice, and I don't know whether it's your wife or someone else. Or
okay, let me take care of that.
Okay, so yeah, Maverick is a family guy, so I think his wife is watching his stream live, but not on camera, but next to him. So what's gonna happen next? So starting from this first airdrop of which is 1% of the Sparta total supply, that's a massive thing for GSPay stakers. But this is only the beginning. We're just getting started. So the next confirmed airdrop is the airdrop of StarHeroes game, and I need to admit that my personal anticipation is that this might be one of the most interesting airdrops of 2024, since like StarHeroes is the game developed for 4 years. 2 years from that was with a direct contact with the community. This community not only invested in the game, but also have been playing it, balancing in-game meta, providing necessary feedback. So in my opinion, this is one of the most polished game, the most detailed game, and definitely the most competitive in the space. So I really can't wait for the StarHeroes premiere launch. And GSWIFT stakers are going to be provided here with the airdrop. So what I can reveal is that the StarHeroes airdrop will be distributed to 2 groups. The first one is obviously our GSP stakers. And what has been just announced is that like in 10 days, in 9 days, there is a new opening, the second edition of GSP. So those who miss it out on December will be finally able to sign up for the second edition. The second edition is still limited down to 888 slots, so there might be some competition for those slots, especially that GSP stakers are going to receive this airdrop on TGE. Without any vesting, they also receive airdrop multiplayer, which is boosting the final amount of this airdrop. But if you will not manage to secure your spot on GSP, also don't worry, you can still stake your GSWIFT tokens on standard staking, and you will be eligible for the airdrop as well, providing that you will stake it at the moment of the snapshot. This hasn't been taken yet, so you still have time, but time is running out here. And yes, the difference with the standard single asset staking comparing to GSP is that this airdrop will be not entirely distributed on TG, it will be partially vested, so you need to keep staking GSWIFT to be eligible for the airdrop. The reason for that, why there is a difference between standard staking and GSP staking, the major reason is that GSP is subject to 3 months unbonding period, while standard staking is 7 days. So we need to reward more the people who frozen their tokens for the longer time period. And that's the whole story.
Yeah, true. So actually, a lot of people are waiting for the second phase of the GSP staking, and actually they're waiting with their tokens or taking their tokens from the single asset staking to redistribute it to the GSP. So yeah, actually a lot of great news are coming there. Like not only with SPARTA Airdrop, but there's also confirmed StarHeroes Airdrop, right? And we probably won't stay on only 2 projects, right, Pen? What is the plan actually? Pen, are you over there?
I'm sorry. I had to do something.
Tell us what? What was that, Pen?
No, nothing.
Yeah, I was asking because.
What was your question?
Yeah, I said that first of all we are.
Okay. Sorry. One more question from Sting Ninja. If the SPARTA airdrop is confirmed, what is the purpose of tomorrow's voting? So, guys, you need to bear in mind that technically speaking, this airdrop is sitting on the Treasury wallet. So, according to our constitution, this needs to be subject for voting. So, obviously, our full recommendation is to distribute this airdrop, and you will be able to vote upon yes or no. But what we can reveal that's our recommendation. That's how our team is going to vote. At the same time, you can still decide to not distribute this airdrop. But I think most of the people will be willing to do so. So, Maverick, can we be back to your question? Maverick, do I have problem with my...
Okay, yeah, sorry, I muted my microphone. I said that we probably won't stay on the only 2 airdrops because 2 are actually currently confirmed. So this is SPARTA airdrop and also StarHeroes airdrop, and there might be more upcoming soon, right? This is the whole plan, the whole big plan. That's why it's worth to actually buy, stake, forget. Of course, not financial advice, but
this is definitely not the last airdrop. So yeah, but I'm okay. I wanted to push you whether for being eligible, participating in the StarHeroes Space Allied program, maybe some additional airdrop will be distributed towards people joining your Discord. But I'm guessing maybe I will challenge you. What do you think about it? Maybe we can wait for some announcement or
Great.
So you didn't hear me.
No, I think
Ma-
today we are having
Maverick pretends that he didn't hear me, but I was asking him about the airdrop for the Space Elite program in StarHeroes.
yeah. Okay, sorry. I think that we are today we are having some interrupts with internet. That's a kind of that's not good for before tomorrow, because tomorrow we are having a great match. But yeah, now it's fine. Now it's fine. So yeah, there's also airdrop confirmed for the. This is something that we confirmed on the last show with Vito De Rito and Nino on the last show on the last Thursday. And actually, there will be the other one, the next one show in tomorrow, where we will be revealing more updates and more news regarding the game. So be prepared. But yeah, we are actually, this is, I don't know if we can describe it, but some kind of airdrop festival. This is funny word, but we are having here airdrop for the GS community stakers, and also for the Space Elite 2.0 elite members. So that's why this is very worth to join the Space Elite 2.0, really, because you are not only having exposure for the airdrop, for the coming airdrop, for the most engaged players, but also you can take part in the tournaments, the great tournaments that we are preparing for you. And what is cooking behind the scenes is just crazy, guys. This is huge. We are working now, crunching hard for incoming with the tournament. Well, I think that it will be one of the biggest tournaments in the whole Web3 space. We are the competitive, dynamic game, fully esports. This is like the opinion of our community, and we really want to come to you with a great prize pool with tournaments. So we are having some idea for that, how to organize it, but with upcoming listing, you definitely need to stay tuned and really listen to our Twitter and really join to our Space Elite to know more about that, about the upcoming tournaments with the great prize pool. So yeah, sponsor part.
Manfredas is asking whether Maverick is from Poland as well. No, he's from Mongolia. Like, as you can see, his eyes are like a little bit different.
Yeah. Some people tell me that I'm not like when I'm smiling, I'm having these eyes like tiny eyes. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I know. I think
Yeah.
I read a very funny hate for you during the last bear market, that someone said that after the bull market you get so fat that he barely can see your eyes.
Oh, come on, this is so no, guys, please, come on. That's because it was so stressful.
Oh yes, and, like Manfredas has written that some people started to accuse you of smoking weed, and the funny thing is that I've never seen Maverick smoking weed. Like, so that's definitely not the case here, guys. That's basically he's from Mongolia, so that's how he looks. You need to bear it in mind that in the 13th century, so that's the short lesson from the history. In the 13th century, the Central Europe has been like attacked, occupied by the Mongols, called Gold Złota Orda, called Golden.
I'm very interested in that story.
So a lot of Polish mothers were raped that time, and there is a big possibility that like mother of your mother and mother of your mother has been probably having some contacts with the Mongol Empire executive, and that's why some people from Poland looks like that. So yeah,
I'm wondering why you know that. This is some kind of family story, better or what?
No. Am I looking like Mongols? So that's not the case. I think my like grandparents were 100% Polish. But by the way, you can make a special, like you can go to the doctor and have special tests for that, like to check what is the percentage of your origin.
And this is interesting. Yeah. You did that
so,
for yourself? Because
no,
I would do it actually.
Yeah, I want to do it, maybe during the bear market, because now I don't have the time for that. But I'm really curious. Like, basically that's very, very interesting. So maybe let's go back to the agenda, because
somebody is asking, where can I buy Maverick NFT? Guys, it's not listed yet.
Not
Okay,
listed.
guys. Okay, guys. So let's move on. Let's move on with the agenda. But the agenda actually came to its end. So when I'm looking at the agenda that we are having prepared, actually, that was the last question was about the second phase of the GS space. So maybe we will do some summarize on Twitter. What do you think?
Yes,
Twitter.
so we can share our screen. I'm happy to do so. But basically, for those who are surprised that we are like exchanging punches with each other today, this is basically we start to feel the competition ahead of tomorrow because we are going to play it.
Yeah, but we like each other, guys. So it's kind of like these funny jokes. Like
Yeah,
it's they're constantly happening. All these.
yeah,
jokes.
we don't take our life too seriously. So don't worry, we are like still friends. So as you can see, the burning has actually happened 30 minutes ago. There's the official announcement. For those who might tell us that this technically those tokens has been sent to the debt address because that's how GSWIFT token is designed. So basically those tokens have been technically burnt, and unfortunately $7.5 million are over. And yeah, that's I think what Digens wanted to see, and the deflation of the GSWIFT has came to the history. But that's another very important thing is the GS Pay. So very important announcement is here. Yes, I finally found it. So starting date for the second edition of GS Pay is the 2nd February. Ending date February 6th, but considering December edition, when within 15 minutes all the lowest tiers have been filled, I don't think that this is going to to happen until February 6th. So everything is covered here. So basically, if you are on the standard asset staking, you still have the time to unstake. You will do everything on time, and everything you can read. Basically, all the conditions are included in this tweet. So I have nothing to add except from that this is going to be a very big day for our committee, especially that after this ending date, I mean 6th of February, there will be the snapshot for StarHeroes. So I don't want to reveal the exact date, whether it's going to be 7th of February or 10th of February, but this is definitely going to happen in February.
Great. Okay, guys, so maybe we'll take some questions for the chat. And we are ready to finish the today GameSwift TV show after that.
Yeah, but basically, I wanted to say that when I scroll my Twitter feed today, there's I start to see a lot of videos from you playing StarHeroes. So that's a very positive information for me. And basically,
actually,
yeah, can you tell us something more about it?
Yeah. Because actually, there is a campaign. This is something
campaign.
Yeah, of course, everywhere, every time. Currently, before the IDO and the listing. Actually, maybe this is something that appeared from the last show that we had on the last Thursday, and we will be picking the best of these clips tomorrow, guys. And this is something that we announced on the last Thursday with Vito Dorito and Dino. We invited you to share your best clips, share your best video clips from the game, and also writing a threads in the Twitter. So I'm seeing also that you are doing that. This is very great. Thank you for that. And tomorrow we'll be picking the best ones and we'll be rewarding them. So you are still having time because the show will be tomorrow in the evening. So you are still have about 24 hours to do some crazy video about that, about StarHeroes from playing and sharing into the Twitter. So waiting for your videos.
I think you can especially wait for tomorrow, since tomorrow I'm going to beat the bottom of Maverick. So you might share some best kills of mine. So that's the perfect material for for the video. Okay, let's go back to the questions from chat. Can you give us some more details on how Sparta tokens will be allocated to GSP stakers? So basically, there is a 1% of the total supply of Sparta, which is going to be staked. And by having this airdrop, you will be eligible to participate in all of those ideas of Sparta. But also, if you want, you can unstake it and do whatever you want with this airdrop. And this will be distributed amongst 888 wallets from GSP. So 1% of the total supply for 888 wallets seems very nice. And depending on the tier, the higher the tier you get, the higher the airdrop you receive. There is basically the multiplier for that.
Okay.
Okay. Some more questions. IDO is next Monday, and there is no tokenomics. When StarHeroes tokenomics? Maverick, tell us.
Yeah, actually, we are finalizing the whole economy and the wiki that we are preparing for you. So we want to share it. Actually, we would love to share it with the next week in the late next week. So we are working now very hard, focused 100% to share that. So I don't want to say that this is very soon, but it actually is. So just a little more patience, and we'll be ready with that. We really want to be sure and be confident about the whole economy model in the game. So that's why it's taking some time, but it will be great. It will be great for sure.
Yeah, but I think, because the people are speculating why, since the idea was planned for the Monday, but we can actually reveal that due to the, let's say, ongoing negotiations with one of the top exchanges, we are basically trying to book the earliest possible slot, and this might affect the final date of the idea and the token listing. So we are going to adjust our token listing and ideas for the exchange of the final destination. If we are going to deliver it, this will be huge for StarHeroes, but let's wait patiently. And don't worry, everything before any idea will be revealed. Tokenomics will be before any ideas. The possibility here is that idea might be postponed due to the fact that we want to basically do it also on some major, let's say, techs launchpad.
We don't want to reveal, guys. We don't want to reveal, but this is bullish news. Actually, we are.
I'm trying to be very careful here.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm also not financial advice.
Someone took a day off for StarHeroes Ideals.
Sorry, Oliver.
Sorry, Oliver. That's, you need to bear it in mind that at the end of the day, it's a very dynamic environment. So the idea that all tends to be like shifted, and basically sometimes, especially when something is maybe I will get it this way. So StarHeroes starts to get a really nice hype. So better and better partners starting to approach us. And this might change the timelines, because when a big partner is approaching, they also have their dates and deadlines. So obviously, having this on board, having this kind of offer on table, we need to adjust to them as well. So this is why.
One seriously question I got for you from the chat.
Okay, when Lambo?
When Lambo?
I knew. I'm gonna show you something. And have you heard about Porshambo?
Porshambo? No way. No way. Really?
Yeah. So there is a guy from Poland who who I'm gonna talk, who basically combined Porsche and Lamborghini in one car. So I'm going to show you. So basically, I cannot promise you the Lambo, but I can promise you.
Yeah. Cool.
Looks nice, right?
Real Porsche. Yeah. Let's buy Porsche.
Perfect. So I think that we can finish at this point. I need to. The gaming hours for StarHeroes has just started, so I cannot wait to play and train before tomorrow matchmaking with you. So thank you one more time, and let's keep in touch.
Let's go. Thank you, guys.